Hello my friends, I hope we are all doing well today. It's good to be with you again today. Yes, today we're going to talk about sex tax in UK. You can spin it into a different narrative, but the bottom line is this. They charge you here when you have sex with your wife, your husband, with your spouse, girlfriend or boyfriend, when they live with you, as long as they live with you under one roof, you're gonna pay for enjoying their company. You know what I mean? It's nothing but taxing people for having that intimate relationship with their partners, with their spouse. So here in UK, they charge you what they call council tax. You pay council tax in UK. So every month, every household has to pay tax for living in that household, and that's on top of every payment, all the utility bills and rent and everything else. You have to pay this council tax. If you don't pay it, you are breaking the law. The council tax are divided into bands. Each property belongs to a band. I don't know how they categorize the banding thing, but the average council tax payment in UK is about £2,280 per annum. That means each household will pay in a year 2,280 something pound, if I'm correct. So, and this is outrageous. So imagine as an immigrant. So imagine every year you send 2,280 something pound back home. If you do that for a few years, that's a lot of money. It can do a lot of things for you back home. So, but this is what we are supposed to pay, and this is what we pay here on average. A certain property you pay bigger than that, you pay more than this, but this is just on average basis. So you either pay more, but not lower than 2,800 plus every year. So, and if you are living in that property as a single person, then the government will give you 25% discount of this average cost of council tax payment. To bring your wife, your husband to UK to live with you in the same household, you'll be taxed for enjoying the company of this your spouse. Why do we have to pay in order to be with our husbands, our wives, our girlfriends, boyfriends? So, I mean, UK should be family friendly. If you live with a husband or wife, the chances are, I mean, you're gonna be a happy family, isn't it? A few years back, I brought my spouse to my house, so she came to live with me, and we're happy couple, and we're looking towards the future. Yeah, we're very optimistic about future, you know. And then along the line, there was something we wanted from the council, and we went to the council and they made a application. We filled the form. 2 weeks after we submitted the form to the council, I got a response from the council, and they invited me and my spouse to the civic office. When we get to the civic office, we were told we will be interviewed. So they sent us to a room, and a man came in with a big file, and the first thing he said to me was, you got right to remain silent, because anything you say here might be used against you in the court of law. And I said, why? He said, because he was interviewing me under caution, that I got right to walk out of the room if I don't want to say anything. And I say, why? I want to know why. He said, because they find out that I was owing the council, I wasn't paying the proper council tax. And I say, no, I pay my council tax every month, and sometimes I pay in advance. What are you trying to say? What are you talking about? Okay, he said to me, he opened up the files and said to me, the information they got, all right, the information they got on me revealed that my spouse was living with me. My household is a couple. I'm a couple. So my spouse has been living with me, and I wasn't paying the correct council tax that I'm owing the council. I have arrears to pay. I said to him, I thought this interview was about my application. He said, no, they're not going to deal with my application until I've paid all the arrears that I'm owing to the council. That's when really I know I was in trouble. So I asked the man, am I under investigation? He said, yes. I was shocked. I was shell-shocked. And I say, how much is that? How much is the money you're talking about? He said it was well over £2,000. It was 2,000 and £2,000 plus. That's what I was owing them according to him. And I was like, how did he get it that way? He said, my spouse has been living with me, and it's my duty, my obligation to inform the council when my spouse moved in with me. I said, I don't know that. The man responded by saying, well, the ignorance of the law is not an excuse. That's what he said. And I stood there, I was dumbfounded, I don't know what to say. And then he opened up his book, the file, and that was another shocker to me. He brought out all my social media posts and interaction, and then especially on my Facebook, because there were posts on my Facebook where I posted the photo of me in a 5-star hotel, on holidays, and riding on limousine and popping champagne, and I just don't understand how that related to the council tax. Honestly, I felt like I was being violated. You know, my right was being violated. My privacy should be protected. That's what I was thinking. Why would you go to my Facebook to dig out all my posts, everything I've done on the social media? And he was asking me, you got money to ride limousine, you got money to pop champagne, you got money to be on these 5-star hotels, go on these holidays. Therefore, you got money enough to pay the council tax and you chose not to pay. And it's an offense. I was short of words. For a few minutes, I was there standing with my mouth aghast, and I don't know what to say. And I tried to explain the photos on the Facebook, because I was involved in some music video, and it was all music video. You know, sometimes we pose, we don't have money, but we actually pose like we do. So it was music video. I'm not riding on limousine or going to 5-star hotels just like that. Yeah, we did some music video and we pretended to be having good time. But we did have good time, but it was for music video. So all these were like props on a video to make the video look good. And I was trying to explain to that man that I directed some music video, and I also was in the video. So that's what it is. But the guy was saying, oh, you're making music? I say, yeah, kind of. I say, you're making money then. Pay us. Pay what you owe. God, I was like, the more I tried to explain, the more I put myself in trouble. I was like, God, shit, what am I gonna do? And then I asked him, okay, you said I should walk out of this interview if I want. He said, yeah, I got right. And then I said, okay, I choose to exercise my right. You know, I chose to exercise my right to walk out of the interview. And I walked out. And then I picked up my missus because she was waiting outside. So they were meant to interview her after me. But I said, no, let's go home. And we left. Within about 2 weeks after that, I received a post. I received a letter, and it was from the council. They were threatening me with a bailiff. They want to send me a bailiff, the debt collectors. You know, these kind of guys that comes to your house and they collect all your property if you're not paying your debt. So this time around, my creditor is the council. So I'm the debtor. I'm owing them. So they send me debt collectors to come and collect their debt. I was like, okay, council is not my creditor because they're not my creditor because they didn't give me any credit line. But, you know, in this context, they're my creditors and I'm the debtor. So, and they're threatening to the creditors are the debt collectors are gonna come to pick up my stuff and sell all my property in order to raise money to pay what I'm owing to the council. So the money I was owing was well over £2,000. So still, it didn't really register in my mind that I had to do something to settle this. So being a stubborn person, I was like, anyway, I'm not gonna pay because they're just they don't like my progress, they don't like my happiness. I've been living with my spouse and we're kicking it really, you know, happy couple. And then at that time my daughter was born. And then I was like, yeah, we have family, so how could they come to confront me with such money to pay them? So I didn't pay. So the next thing is they escalated the whole thing and they went to court and got court judgment against me. So, and the court awarded them a cost. So because I didn't go to court, they won the case against me, and then the court awarded them cost and put everything together with the cost. The original money I was alleged owing to them plus the cost that was awarded by the court. So everything came close to £3,000. And that's when it hit me hard that I really, really need to do something about this. But still, I didn't do nothing about it. And then they sent me another letter. And then sent me to court again. So this time around, I decided to go to court. You know. And I don't have money to pay any lawyer. So I had a choice, and one choice only, just to go to court and defend myself. Alright, then I went to court on the day. And then when the case was called, when my case was about to be heard, they called me up and I went straight to the magistrate's chamber. And then I look around, there was nobody. It was only me and the magistrate. So magistrate asked me, where are the council representatives? I say, I don't know. I've not spoken to them. I'm just here because they sued me to court. He asked me, do I have any representation. I said, no, I'm representing myself. So because I cannot afford a lawyer, I don't have the money for that. And then the magistrate sat me down, and then he had some word of advice with me. So he talked to me and advised me that this case is still a civil matter, so that I need to go back to the council, call the council, have a meeting with them, and sort out a payment plan. Actually, it was from him I heard about the payment plan. He said, make a payment plan with the council, agree to them what you can afford, right? So agree whatever money you can afford, and then try to clear this debt, because if I leave it, he said to me, if you leave this, it's gonna escalate and become a criminal matter. If you are liable to the death, you are facing a jail term. You might result in a jail term. And when he mentioned that, was a shocker to me, because I don't want to go to jail. Nobody loves to go to jail. So I decided, I promised the magistrate that I will give a council a call. So let me see what I could do. I walk out of the court, and then I pick up the phone and call the council. But the lady I spoke to over the phone at the reception, he said, oh yeah, we put the case she said, oh, our lawyer is on the way. I said, on the way? The case has been heard. What are you talking about? He said, oh, there must be a mistake with the time I was. No, I've spoken to the magistrate, I've been to court, and none of you came. So why did he send me to court without turning up? That's not fair. I need to claim some damages for wasting my time. So as I was on the phone, I was angry, almost yelling at the lady I was speaking to from the council. And then I saw some guy walking up to me. And it was the council's representative. He's their lawyer. He walked up to me and said, sorry, there was some discrepancies with the time. There was some discrepancy on the timing, that time, or something like that. So he invited me to come to the council. Cut the long story short, I went back to the council, and the lawyer delegated someone else to come to have a meeting with me, and then we agreed on a payment plan where I offered what I could pay, and they split the debt. They split the money I'm owing to them into 12 months, and then I pay monthly till all the payment was made. I finished paying the whole thing, and then you pay your debt, you get your freedom. The moral to this story is this: if you don't want to be hit with sex tax in UK, don't bring your husband, don't bring your girlfriend, don't bring your boyfriend, don't bring your spouse to live with you under one roof. So if you want to avoid that, you have to have a separate living arrangement. But it's not healthy to a relationship, is it? This country lives on taxing people. Yeah. The government love it. They tax you. Everything is taxable. So nothing is free. Thank you once again for joining me. This is Emeka William. Just a reminder that we're traveling around the world making all these beautiful documentaries. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, so that you're gonna be notified when we upload all these wonderful, all these amazing documentaries. A lot of them are coming on. They are coming soon, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.